Welcome back to Anatomy and Physiology, Chapter 6, Bone. This is video 2. So in this video, we're going to take a look at cartilage, and we're going to see a lot of parallels between the terminology used with cartilage and that of bone. So the type of cartilage that is most in line with bone is hyaline cartilage. So if you remember that is the less flexible. It was found on the ends of bones where we have joints. So some of the terminology you might recognize some of the endings to these. So blast and site. Well, chondro means cartilage, and blast makes ECM. So these are cells that produce cartilage ECM. Chondrocytes would be former chondroblasts that get trapped in the ECM. So as the chondroblasts are producing this extracellular matrix, they actually get trapped within that, and they form like a little bubble in there, and they no longer secrete any ECM. So they are said to maintain ECM within little spaces called lacunae, which is plural, or lacuna, which is singular. So they reside in these little, basically it looks like a little bubble. Now the extracellular matrix of cartilage is mainly collagen for hyaline cartilage because it provides structure and support and strength, but it's still not as hard as bone, so there is some flexibility. And we have those proteoglycans again that trap water. So cartilage is very rich with water trapped, almost like a diaper would trap water in it. So those proteoglycans gel it up a little bit. Now, cartilage itself is avascular, so there are no blood vessels that go into cartilage. So we have to rely on diffusion of nutrients and wastes. So this is unfortunate because if you injure cartilage, it takes a long time for them to heal. And that is because we do not have a direct blood supply, so we have to relate on diffusion. So this causes a longer healing time. The last term that we'll talk about with cartilage and its structure is perichondrium. Peri means surrounding, so this surrounds the cartilage. So this is a sheath of connective tissue that surrounds cartilage. And like I said, you're going to see some terms like perichondrium, chondrocytes, and chondroblasts that have analogous parts in bone. So they use the same naming scheme, except instead of chondro, we have osteo. So the last thing that we'll talk about is ways that cartilage can grow. And there's two different forms of growth. The first one is called appositional. This is growth on the surface. So we build up layers of cartilage on the surface. So this happens right underneath that perichondrium. So here we have chondroblasts in the inner perichondrium. Lay down new layers of ECM. And it builds up over time. So we get surface growth. The other type is called interstitial. You see the prefix inter, we know it's within. So this is growth within. So this is a result of mitotic division of chondroblasts. So more cells, more ECM. Hopefully that makes sense.